Alright, so it's now time to talk about the new Primitive Man track that came out on the Relapse Records YouTube page 4 hours ago. And this would be the 12.5 minute track entitled Commerce off of the new full length entitled Caustic, which I will also be doing a review of. And a link to this track will be in the description of this video, as always. Um, so let's just take a look at this track from the beginning because there are going to be some there's going to be some commentary I'm going to make along the way. Um, it starts out in contrast to a lot of sludge metal songs and other Primitive Man songs, including the last one that I reviewed here from this album. And then it just starts with the riff starts right at the beginning. There's no noise experimentation, although we'll get to that in a little while. Now that's not to say it's not noisy because yeah, as usual, there is a fair bit of fuzz and distortion over this track. And another thing I can note is that the vocalist sort of oscillates back and forth from the really extremely deep vocals that he's really known for, and then sort of like a more feral type of howl, I guess you might describe it, as as I guess he sees fit and as the song determines throughout. So we start off with this usual Primitive Man sound, with where it's just like plays a chord, pause, bask in the fuzz, really slow riff, lots of pauses in between notes, I guess you could say. And it goes on like that for a few minutes. And as usual, like the vocals or the song itself isn't terribly long. Um, However, they're quite competently able to space out the vocals over the first 6 minutes of the song, which is where sort of the cohesion of the track starts to break down a little bit with around 6 minutes and 30 seconds. The riff actually it sort of takes off and sort of turns into sort of a mid-paced Black in Death riff, which I guess if Primitive Man were to sort of go into that Black in Death realm, and this is a good thing because Hurricane Irma is about to finish off Black Witchery, so they're going to need a replacement. Um, and Caveman Cult, and every other living person in Florida, apparently. Now, that may have been in poor taste, and Irma or one of these other two hurricanes it may come and level me as well, so I guess I'll be sounding nicer then, but yeah, and to keep this video's length down, I think I'll probably stop, cutting off the flow of this video and sort of interjecting randomly with stupid anecdotes. Uh, in that way, my video will be unlike this song from this point onwards, and that there won't be any unnecessary breaks or stops or jolts or immediate turns into left field, because that's pretty much what you're going to get from the 6 minute mark onwards. Around 7 minutes, say, it goes back to the usual Primitive Man sound and descends into even deeper depths of misery and the suffering as sludge metal tracks are wont to do. And then it goes back to this sort of riff with every so often from after 7 minutes to basically the rest of the track, there will be lengths or to varying lengths of song where it'll be either this sort of blackened death sound or it'll be the usual Primitive Man sound. And actually, and this is very strange, this may even be an error with the production of the song itself, but 10 minutes, around 10 minutes and 4 seconds, the vocalist, starts to do like this sort of drawn out guttural, and then there's sort of a jump, and the guitar and percussion and vox just sort of restarts from there. Like everything they started to do, cut short, started again at that moment, like a couple seconds in. And then they just jump back into the Black and Death sound. So there's really nothing more to be said about that part of the track. And every time you look at this or this style of extreme metal, particularly, or extreme metal in general, you'll always see the comments of people talking about, oh, talentless noise, and just talking about how retarded it is, and how the band must be a bunch of spurgs. But this track, I don't know if they're wrong. I mean, the first 6 minutes were good, but the rest of the track just felt really jumbled, really like you always hear about bands where, oh, this, like, you always hear like, oh, this album from this band suffered because one member was trying to go in one creative direction and the other was trying to go in another. It seems like different members of the band were trying to go in different directions creatively just during this song. Like, the drummer was at some point like, oh, hey, remember that band Dark Fortress? Yeah, I'm gonna do their drums now, not ours. And then just starts playing the Black and Death drums, and the guitarist is like, okay, cool. And then the vocalist is like, oh crap, I have to sing at this tempo. I better start howling instead of growling at a just nearly inaudibly deep level. Which, by the way, I like the vocals. Don't get me wrong, I like the sounds they're producing, and I even like the Black and Death sound. Because I like Black and Death. You can probably tell because I likened them to Dark Fortress, which in my video the other day I just couldn't stop with the praise for. Um, so yeah, I'm not saying that at any point did it sound bad, except for that point around 10 minutes in where I really feel like something went wrong in production. And I don't know, maybe they shouldn't have. If that's the case, then we're gonna say, oh yes, Dave Otero, you may have made a mistake. Um, I can't be certain. And in case I get any of the comments like that, no, I couldn't do his job for him. I don't know how, but I think there may have actually been an error in the production which led to that bit at 10 minutes and 4 seconds, or they've just taken their experimentation, which has always been a mark of Primitive Man's music, their sound experimentation, to a level that I really just don't care for or don't understand. So you could say this video has been a little bit aimless, and I could say that the song I'm reviewing has been a little bit aimless. So really, it all adds up. Um, so that pretty much concludes my review. I think at this point we just have to wait until October, and I'll be able to review the full October 6th. We'll be able to just review the whole album, see if this comes together in any way, see if any of this makes a little bit more sense. Right now, I really don't know what to tell you, and this video in itself is just kind of like another stopgap, because I have a video that I've been meaning to edit together for 3 days now about the Calgary police, and there was also another Iron Monkey track that came out yesterday, and I think I'll probably review it, but I'm not. I don't know. It wasn't my first priority because I don't know. I guess like I said in the Omega Mangler review, kind of wasn't familiar with them, and they're really not my favorite thing in the world. And with this new vocalist, it just sounds like, oh, so much sludgy false grind. So that being said, you've seen my thoughts on this track, and leave your own if you'd like. If you liked my delivery, if you liked my topic, liked my opinion on the topic, think about liking, think about subscribing, check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.